Very lethal, very smooth, very versatile. What's up, guys? Rocky Tactics here, and today we're talking about one of the two brand new assault rifles that got added to World War III in the new Season 1 Red Line update, and that is going to be the K2C1. Extremely interesting weapon, to say the least. This is the K2C1. This is what I have deemed as the most interesting assault rifle in the game. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, I would like to highlight this is the standard service weapon for the Republic of Korean Forces, which is essentially South Korea. World War III is super cool for this. They add a lot of things that are in real life. With the Operation Redline Season 1 update, we have some Korean content, some Chinese content, South and North, and we have a lot of cool content for those areas. One of the reasons that the K2C1 is so interesting is that it comes standard equipped with hollow point rounds. Now, this is extremely interesting. The only other weapon that I know of that's similar to this is the Alpha AK in the game, the Israeli rifle that is unlocked at level 51, and it comes standard equipped with armor piercing rounds. If you're aiming high chest, if you're hitting arms, you're hitting necks, or you're hitting a helmet a lot and knocking it off and getting headshots after that, this gun is probably one of the most lethal weapons in the game pretty much all the time due to its ammo type. It's definitely more of a AR SMG hybrid. Even in its standard form, you can use a shorter barrel. There is no longer barrel option for this gun, mostly because it's just not really suited for that purpose. It's definitely not a very long range gun, but that kind of runs into why I find it to be the most interesting weapon in the game. I think that there's something that the Farm 51 did that I think is actually genius that no one's really picked up on. I haven't really seen anyone talking about it. Usually some of the content creators pick up on a lot of the details that the Farm 51 does while they're developing this game, and I haven't really seen anyone speak about this one in particular. And I'm actually going to cut into a live comm in order to show you exactly why the K2C1 is so interesting to me. All right, Rocky Live here. All right, let me show you something. Now, obviously, all my classes got renamed back. They all got set back to default with the full release of the game, but I would like to show you something. Okay, so this is a setup that I usually use. It usually has the RPG on it. We got ceramic armor plate. We got titanium material helmet, anti-tank grenades. Got a backpack with some stuff in it. Underbarrel grenade launcher. 40 mic. You know what I'm saying? We got a thermal. Hippity hoo blah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show something to you. This is the K2C1. I've got it at level 49 at the time that I'm making this video. What you need to pay attention to is the weight of the weapon. It's got 3 bars. So let me show you something. Do I want to put the MSBS on this class? Can't. Too heavy. G36, too heavy. Barrel, too heavy. M4, too heavy. AK-15, too heavy. M4, also too heavy. That's interesting. The M4 is an extremely light weapon platform. MSBS-B, also a light weapons platform, as well as the MSBS K, the carbine, the not bullpup. Also too heavy. And the Alpha will also be too heavy because it's a 6 weight. The QBZ will also be too heavy. The only weapon that I can run ceramic armor, titanium helmet, and an RPG with that's in the assault rifle category, to my knowledge, is this K2C1. Therefore making it basically probably one of the best anti-tank setup weapons in the game that isn't an SMG. Because obviously you can run the MPX, you can run the Vityaz, but if you want a rifle in your anti-tank setup, this is pretty much the only standard capacity assault rifle that can do it. This is the only 30 plus capacity rifle that can do that thing, right? I found that extremely interesting because we have a lot of people that complain a lot about the vehicles. Now, this is my problem. This is the issue, okay? People complain about the vehicles, but they don't do anything about the vehicles. But by adding in a AR SMG hybrid rifle that is 3 weight, that now enables people who want to run the most versatile class of weapons in the game to also run anti-tank, because the most used weapon class in the game is obviously assault rifles, right? So that's why no one's running an RPG. But Farm, being the geniuses that they are, put in a lightweight AR platform weapon, right? They put in a lightweight AR platform weapon that behaves somewhat like an SMG. It doesn't really reach out and touch things very well, but it's from medium. If your recoil control is a little shoddy, you're gonna have problems with it, but it's great in close range, got great hip fire. But where this gun excels is its weight. This is something I haven't seen anybody talk about, and it's extremely interesting to me, because I think that this is a way that Farm can essentially nerf vehicles. This is almost an indirect buff to the RPG, because now people can run an assault rifle and a rocket launcher, which really wasn't super possible beforehand unless you ran the super light Kevlar armor. So if I put on Kevlar, right, even if I keep the titanium helmet, I should be able to equip an MSBSK now. You see how that works? Now I can come and I can equip a barrel. I can come and I still can't equip the M416. I can equip the AK-15. So it opens it up a bit when you use Kevlar, but if you want a little bit more protection, from those bullets, right, which everybody wants, if you want a little bit more, you're going to run the ceramic, you're going to run titanium, and you're going to run the K2C1. This is extremely interesting. This is a very insane way to balance the game. I think that the K2C1's inclusion, this is not an accident. I don't think that it's low weight and it's very SMG-like behavior is in any way an accident. I think that this is something that was purposefully done by the developers to encourage more players to play anti-tank. And Lord knows, anyone who plays World War III a lot, anyone who is experienced in the game and knows a lot about the game, you know, the vehicles aren't overpowered. It's just a lot of players are not doing the right things to get rid of the vehicles because they want to run assault rifles, right? But now you can run an AR and an RPG with not completely garbage armor. So short to medium range capability is great, right? Hip fire, medium range engagements, amazing. Now you may ask, well, how should I set this weapon up? And that would be an amazing question. The way that I wanted to do it is I wanted to lean in to its versatility. I wanted to lean into the fact that I can be anti-tank and I can also have a multi-purpose assault rifle, because assault rifles are very much multi-purpose tools on the battlefield, and I wanted to lean my K2C1 setup into that. All right, so what did I do with my setup? Well, we aimed for versatility, right? This weapon has an extreme amount of horizontal recoil, so I did go with the normal monster grip for this one, not because it decreases the horizontal, but because it doesn't increase the horizontal by 10% like the monster grip big does. And I originally wanted to use the UKM, but the UKM makes the vertical kind of shitty, right? So I went with the monster. The classic vertical grip is also a pretty viable option. I would switch those in and out and test that out on your own accord to see which one you want to use. Now, on top of that, I'm running the iron sights, okay? But quirk about this weapon. You see how the iron sights are down? You see how this sight is down? This sight being down, I just got a Discord notification, like word, bro. This sight being down is kind of weird. That front sight is not actually in use. That front iron sight is not actually in use. Now, if you want, you can pick the version of the standard barrel with it up, and it will be up, but I don't care for that because I'm going to put a sight on, and I don't want my irons to get in the way of my reflex. So that's actually possible on this gun. Your irons will get in front of your reflex and kind of like mess up your sight picture. So if you're going to run like a red dot, like a micro reflex on this, you definitely want the barrel without the sight. So for the muzzle, I went with the AK-15 compensator for that horizontal recoil control. Of course, I used a laser to help me out with hip fire because the hip fire on this gun is amazing. why not lean into one of its strengths, right? And for the ammo, I'm actually running another magazine of hollow points. So I'll have, I think it's 3 drums and then another mag of hollows. And now I'm going to show you where things get a little tricky for the setup. Now, I have some stuff in my backpack. I have the reflex, and I also have a thermal. But the problem with the thermal is that it increases your ADS time by a lot. So a lot of the time, I won't use the thermal. And if I do want to run a suppressor, I'll run it out of my backpack, and I'll run the combo because it will decrease my horizontal recoil, and it won't, you know, it'll kind of play the role that AK-15 comp will play. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up a lobby real quick, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is that I'm doing out of my backpack to kind of complete the weapon. This is a very interesting setup that I've got going on, but it gave me the most versatility and the most usefulness out of the weapon. So this is just the way that I've been using it since I've got most of the levels. The only stuff that I have to unlock now, like leveling wise, is a lot of like sights, medium magnification, and low magnification. And I'm not really super worried about that stuff. Okay, we're in here. Now, I'm going to show you. I'm going to make a whole bunch of noise. We're going to come up here. I'm going to show you. So you see how there's no front sight. There's just a laser. Now, the laser is great for point shooting, and it's great for sight firing. But how do you really do that? It's a great way to do it, right? So that's how that works. Now, for the sight, I'll open my backpack. I'll run the reflex. And now I've pretty much completed it, right? That's pretty much the setup. That's the gun. You just add the reflex after you got this setup right here. And this is my favorite way to run it as of right now. The recoil is pretty crazy. Honestly, the recoil is not the easiest thing to control, especially. But out of my way, man. You don't even have a name. You have numbers. That's going to conclude pretty much my first weapon review, kind of, on this game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, comment. I would like to thank everybody for my last 2 videos. I wanted to say this at the end, you know, for the guys that got to the end. But the last 2 videos have been completely popping off. We reviewed Season 1 for World War 3. We did a cool little insurgency funtage that I honestly did not think, you know, when I got done making that video, I did not think that it was going to blow up as much as it did. I actually thought that it wouldn't really be that big of a success, but it's been a crazy success. And it seems that insurgency is something that a lot of people want to see. So I might, you know, kind of joint World War 3 and insurgency. I might try to make a lot of insurgency content as well as World War 3. But that's pretty much all I got for today, guys. Peace out.